Very good morning. In this video, I will explain PN junction diode and their operating characteristics. So before going to concept of PN junction diode, we will see some of the important parameters of PN junction diode. One is a conductor. The conductor is a type of metal which allows electric current to flow through it. The electric conductor is generally made up of metals like copper, aluminum and other alloys. Next one is insulator. The insulator does not allow the electrical current to flow through it. Examples for insulators are glass, wood, etc. Because the insulator having less number of free electrons, that is why insulator does not carry the current, whereas conductor having large number of free electrons. Next one is semiconductor. The semiconductor is a combination of conductor and insulator. This means the property of semiconductor, the least between conductor and insulator. The resistivity of the semiconductor material lies in between conductors, for example copper, and insulator, for example glass. A semiconductor is a substance which has resistivity in between conductor and insulator. Next we will see what are the properties of semiconductor. The resistivity of the semiconductor is less than insulator, but at the same time it is a greater than conductor. Semiconductor have a negative temperature coefficient resistance. It means the resistance of the semiconductor decreases with the increase in temperature, vice versa. For example, the germanium material is actually insulator at lower temperature, but it becomes a good conductor at a high temperature. There are many semiconductor materials are available and also used in today life, but some of the very few of them have a practical application in electronics. The two most frequently used materials are, one is germanium, another one is silicon. The germanium is equal to 0.7 electron volt and the silicon equal to 1.1 electron volt. In the most cases we are using silicon material for many electronics application because the silicon withstand high temperature and also lesser cost. But operating temperature of germanium is very low and higher cost. It is available rarely in the market. So that is why germanium material used in high cost, high equipments applications compared to silicon materials. Types of semiconductor materials. So silicon, first one is silicon, second one is germanium. So next we will see what is a PN junction diode. Generally, PN junction diode is made up of silicon material. A PN junction diode is a two-terminal, unidirectional, non-linear semiconductor device. It has two terminals. One is anode, another one is a cathode. The cathode terminal is also called as positive terminal. Anode terminal is also called as positive terminal. Cathode terminal is called as negative terminal. When a p-type semiconductor is suitably joined to n-type semiconductor, the contact surface is called as PN junction. So this is the structure of PN junction diode. This is the P side of PN junction. This is the N side of the PN junction. In the P side, holes are majority carriers. The N side, electrons are majority carrier and the holes are minority carrier. Here electrons are minority carrier. So this is negative ions. These are the positive ions. This is a depletion region. These 2 points is called depletion region. Voltage across the depletion region is called as electrostatic potential. Generally, junction potential for silicon material is 0.7 for ideal case. In practical, it varies from 0.7 to 1 volt. Next, we are going to see operation of PN junction diode without applied voltage. This means no bias. N-type material has high concentration of free electrons, while P-type material has a high concentration of holes. Therefore, at the junction, there is a tendency of free electrons to diffuse over to the P side and holes to the N side. This process is called diffusion. Diffusion means movement of electrons and holes in either side. Is called as diffusion. So this is the structure of PN junction diode under the unbiased condition. So already I explained, this is the P side, this is the N side, this is the depletion region, the direction of electrical field, the diffusion force on the holes, diffusion force on the electrons. The electrons moving this side, the holes are moving this side. This region, diffusion region, is also called as space charge region. It is also called as space charge regions. Also, free electrons moves across the junction from N side to P side. The donor atoms becomes positively charged. Hence, the positive charge is built on N side of the PN junction diode. PN junction. The free electron that across the junction uncover negative acceptor ions by filling the holes. So therefore, net charge is developed on the P side of the junction. This net negative charge on the P side restrict the further diffusion of electron into P side. Similarly, net positive charge on N side repels holes crossing from the P side to N side. Thus, the barrier is set up near the junction or around the junction, which restrict the further movement of charge carrier, I mean electron and the holes. So after forming the diffusion region, it is very less possible movement of electron and holes either side, because the potential barrier acting as a the potential barrier cannot allow the holes and electrons, because it is acting as a barrier between the two sides. As a consequence of induced electrical field across a diffusion layer, an electrostatic potential difference established between P region and N region. This is called as potential barrier, junction barrier, or diffusion potential, contact potential. Generally, the magnitude of contact potential or diffusion potential, junction potential depends on the doping level and the temperature. In this case, contact potential V0 is equal to 0.3 for germanium material and 0.72 volt for silicon material. What is the thick of width of the depletion region? The width of the depletion region is around 0.5 micrometer thickness. Next one is PN junction diode with applied voltage. When the anode and the cathode of PN junction diode are connected to the external voltage, that means battery. This is a battery. So this is a positive terminal of the battery, this is a negative terminal of the battery. The positive terminal of the battery is connected to the P side. The negative terminal of the battery is connected to the N side. Due to the external force, these holes try to move N side, this electron try to move P side. See, if external voltage becomes greater than value of the potential barrier, approximately 0.7 volt for silicon and 0.3 volt for germanium. In such condition, the potential barrier will break down and the current will start to flow, because the movement of the electron and the holes are freely moved from one side to another side. So the conventional current is flowing opposite to the direction of the electrons. Next one, reverse biased condition. When the PN junction diode is subjected into the reverse biased, here the polarity of the battery is reversed. So here just opposite connection of battery, just reverse of polarity of the battery reversed. This is negative terminal of the battery which is connected to the positive, it means whole side, P side. The positive terminal of the battery is connected to the N side. So here, very interesting concept here. These electrons attract towards the positive terminal of the battery, these holes attract negative terminal of the battery. So these electrons holes are moving away from the junction. They are moving away from the junction. Due to this, the width of the junction will be increased. Once width of the junction will increase, there is no possibilities flow of free electrons from one side to another side. So no current is flowing. So when the potential at anode is smaller than potential at cathode, the diode is set to the reverse bias, the no current is flowing. So when diode is connected to a reverse bias, as the holes on the N side are forced to the left side, while electrons on the P side are forced to the right side. So this result an empty zone around the PN junction, that is a free of charge carrier, creating the depletion region. So this diffusion region acting as an insulator, preventing the flow of current through diode. Next one is VI characteristics of PN junction diode. So this is the experimental setup of PN junction diode. From the circuit we can plot VA characteristics. This is a PN junction diode. We want to measure current, so we have to connect ammeter in series. We have to measure the load current, load voltage. You have to measure the voltmeter across the load resistance. So this the x-axis is forward voltage in volt, this side reverse voltage in volt. In y-axis the forward current. In the forward condition, the current is flowing through the diode is milliamperes. The reverse biased condition, the current flow through the diode is microamperes. Because there is no possibility flow of charge carrier across the junction, because width of the diffuse layer is very large size, it is acting as an insulator. So this is a forward biased condition, this is a during a reverse biased condition. This point to this point, the voltage, the current almost zero. So during this period, applied voltage is less than barrier potential. It means the applied voltage is less than 0.7 volt in case of silicon diode. Okay, so up to this point almost zero. After this point, once barriers break down, the movement of electrons is very fast, so that current is increased very high, rapidly manner. So it is a non-linear manner. After that, we are not increasing voltage, only increasing current. So this is a reverse biased condition. Next we will see applications of PN junction diode. Some of the applications of PN junction diodes are listed below. Generally, PN junction diode used for making power supplies. Generally used in radio, television, computer, industrial electronics, laboratory purpose, education purpose. There are n number of purpose diode can be used. Thank you.